Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simplertrading.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to bring you an idea that I think is very straightforward, and in one of the names that has a fair amount of popularity right now, and that is Walmart. So, part of the signals that I have always grown up on trading, or just kind of the fundamental, what I really like to study, are these squeeze signals. Now, I'll spare you the details of the signal itself, but it's basically trying to show us points in time where an underlying product is consolidating. So if you look at this from a far enough up view, you would say that this is the upper part of the range and this is the lower part of the range. It's an extreme range, and you've seen a lot of volatility, just like the overall market, in this name here recently. But it's not going to be in this range forever. I like the idea that if you could buy anywhere back down in here and give it something like the next 3 to 5 months, you're going to see that signal carry Walmart into higher prices. If you step back and look at this off of a weekly time frame, you can see a similar approach. Where if you're ever looking at the daily and you say, well, actually that strikes me as being more sideways. You're right where you were back there July of last year, give or take. Okay, if that's the perspective you're trying to use, come back to the weekly, because the daily is kind of sideways. But if you look at this, I feel like the path of least resistance is into higher prices, and I think that this signal could have some very sizable moves back to the upside. So Walmart, not always the most interesting name, but the recent volatility has brought it to my attention. I'm going to be trying to pick up some pullbacks down into 115, maybe 110 if I can get it next week. Like I said, give it a couple of months to play out and see how that works. So I hope you find that a helpful trading idea. The two that I looked at in last week's free video continue to both perform well. We've got Activision that has a similar setup of these squeezes, kind of study of the same thing over and over, which I think in this case is very helpful for directionally trading options. But you've got your squeeze signal and you're working to capture that movement right there. This is kind of the same thing. Any pullbacks into 58 next week, that's the first place I would look to buy it. And then I would maybe try to get a little bit more down here with the idea that in the months to come, we take out those swing highs and eventually move up into 68. So I hope that's helpful. Gives you a couple ideas to add into your trading next week, and we'll pick up on these in the next free video.